Most financial advisors often start off with the same principle: spend less than you make. So why do we find it so hard to follow this advice? This leads me into the first rule of minimalism: own fewer things. Society glamorizes consumption. We're told constantly that we need more, we deserve more. If we have more, we'll be a lot happier. And when that is the prevailing message of society, spending less than you make is more difficult. Now, I'm not a full-blown minimalist, but I try to adopt some very salient points from this practice, which has actually helped me see that life is a lot less stressful when you own less. And as you practice clearing out your space and you bring in less things, your bank account will be a lot happier and healthier because it becomes easier to spend less. Number 2, buy nice or buy twice. Once upon a time, I thought this advice was really meant for rich people who can afford to buy nice, until I realized what buying quality items means for you in the longer term. And this principle is based on the premise of buying the best quality you can afford and not necessarily the most expensive items. Number 3, do not buy a problem. Wherever we go, often on the internet, we are encouraged to buy things. Unfortunately, most of these items are things that we don't need. I think we'll all agree that when we buy things, majority of the time that's to solve a problem. But just make sure that what you're buying doesn't create more of a problem than it solves. For example, you bought a bunch of aesthetically pleasing things on Amazon because you saw an aesthetically pleasing video that made you want to be, as young people say, aesthetic. And then you find out your home is too small to be as aesthetically pleasing as theirs. And now you are stuck with all these aesthetically pleasing items that you didn't need in the first place. I'm sure some of us have been there. And this point, I will say, takes practice. Practicing how to be honest with yourself regarding the things you actually need that are assets versus things that will eventually become liabilities. Number 4, anything that costs you your peace of mind is too expensive. For example, debt that keeps piling up, expenses, a cluttered environment, your expectations, even relationships. Stress is one thing that, unfortunately, we will all experience at some point in our lives on different or varied levels. And there are many problems that are up there in terms of how much intense stress they cause. Not being able to pay your bills, increase in credit card debt, you don't earn enough. The list goes on and on. And unfortunately, with what's going on globally and where economies are headed, I don't think the problem is going to get any better anytime soon. And so the onus is on us to be a lot smarter with our finances, invest, spend less, educating ourselves around personal finance and investing. All of these elements combined can really make a difference in the short to long term in terms of alleviating some of those financial burdens. Your future self will thank you. It's worth it when you don't have to worry about your day-to-day living because your investments cover your expenses. Number 5, stop caring too much about what other people think. Now, this is a hard one for a lot of people to do. I do not believe that human beings are wired not to care about what other people think. Majority of us want to be loved, liked, or respected. And so we do care about what other people think because it ultimately determines their approach towards us. Now, this rule is not only applicable to minimalism, I think it applies to life generally. I'm someone who historically cared so much about what other people thought. And when I started to let go of, I'd say, myself, and let go of the expectations I felt that others had for me or on me, it was one of the most freeing things I have ever done. And I really do have OG minimalists to thank for this: Joshua Becker, Joshua Field Milburn, Ryan Nicodemus, TK Coleman, and their team. Listening to their content almost on a daily basis for close to a year really helped me on this journey. I'm not being sponsored for this, but I highly, highly recommend their content if you're looking to free yourself and free your life from stuff and start enjoying what really matters the most. There's a saying that goes, we spend money we don't have, buying things we don't need to impress people we don't even like. When you start worrying less about what other people think, half of the things you do just magically disappear. They become obsolete because on inward reflection, we realize that, well, we were only buying that item or doing that thing to impress someone else. And that is why this rule is so important. When you let go of all of that expectation, your life becomes simpler, hassle-free, and financially healthier. Number 6, if you don't use it, lose it. One of the reasons we accumulate clutter in our space is because as we're bringing in new things, we always keep the old things. One minimalist rule that really works is one in, one out. Before buying anything new, make sure you have maximized the old version. Or you can sell it, you can gift it and maybe claim taxes on it. You can gift it to a friend who will get more use out of it than you will. Just clear out whatever you don't use or you don't need. I think having a clearer space helps you see what you actually have and what you don't have. Have you ever bought something twice because your space is so cluttered that you didn't realize you already had it? It's happened to me more times than I care to admit. Having a clearer space means better visibility and it avoids spending on things that you actually don't need. Number 7. If you can't buy it with cash, you can't afford it. We live in an instant gratification society, and the problem's only getting worse. And that is why it is so easy to get caught up in credit cards, buy now, pay later apps. And although I have never shopped on a buy now, pay later arrangement, boy, could I shop. I was one of those who would order items, and when the package arrived, I'm greeting my postman very politely first thing in the morning as I'm trying to sneak a peek at the package to find out whose name is on it because I had forgotten I ordered it. And this goes to show just how much impulse buying bleeds your bank account and clutters up your space very quickly at the same time. So if you're looking at purchasing something and you cannot afford to buy it in cash, I would recommend, as I do now, spending some time or delaying that purchase and asking yourself, do you really need that item? I think more likely than not, you might find that it's actually a want, it's not a need, and it's definitely something you can live without. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.